A three-member commission led by former Chief Justice of India, Justice Verma, tasked with looking at sex crime laws after the infamous Delhi gang rape, today handed over its recommendations to the government. The Justice Verma panel was already expected to recommend tougher sentences as it reports its findings. Retired Justice Verma recounted the humbling experience while making the report and gave insights into its recommendations in New Delhi today.
The committee adopted the method of inviting suggestions from all stakeholders through a public notice. In addition, it interacted with a number of experts, social activists, interest groups, through their representatives to elicit their views on the subject. For the purpose of further elaboration of some of their suggestions, the committee also invited a number of representatives, eminent academics, for an oral interaction. The committee directed the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, to issue a public notice inviting suggestions and recommendations, etc. Now that was done 23rd late night. The decision was made, and 24th itself, the next morning at 11 o'clock, this direction was given, and the next day the public notice was published, you see, inviting suggestions by January 5th. Well, the number of responses which came, there were almost 80,000. But I can assure you, these young people sitting behind me, each one of those responses was read. It's not that anyone was ignored. Then the committee also addressed letters. See, I wrote letters, myself on behalf of the committee, to high dignitaries, including all chief justices, chief ministers, academia, women's organizations, etc., in addition to the public notice. So the committee engaged in in-depth global research to gather material for reaching its conclusions and crafting the proposed amendments in legislation. The committee also analyzed past judgments, reviewed the trajectory of public policy and its sensitivity towards gender, and inquired into the differences of socio-political contexts in which uniform laws have been implemented. This led us to probe deeper in the recognizing multiple patriarchies and striking at a wider culture of misogyny through a change in educational practice. Then the committee also sought extensive data from various ministries and departments of central and state governments to facilitate its task. The constitution of this committee is in response to the countrywide peaceful public outcry of civil society led by the youth against the failure of governance to provide a safe and dignified environment for the women of India, who are constantly exposed to sexual violence. The immediate cause was the brutal gang rape of a young woman in the heart of the nation's capital in a public transport vehicle in the late evening of December 16, 2012.
Verma received thousands of suggestions after he set January 5 as a deadline for comments from jurists, women's groups and other forums to revamp existing laws to deal with sex offenders. The Justice Verma panel was formed in late December in lieu of demands for greater protection for women after the Delhi gang rape. Camera person Ram from New Delhi for ANI.